I like Morant as well, but I think for RJ, seriously, he's just one player that hasn't had as much exposure. I think because of the fact that he got other players on his team that are just as good. But I think both players are NBA ready.
Look, not everybody we see in this tournament is going to be great in the league, right? But it's nice to see some of these guys who we can say, yep, that one's going to be good, that one's going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
He's a player right now.
He's a player right now. But the thing about RJ Barrett is that you kind of know what you're going to get from him. You know you're going to get a guy that, if you were to tell you today that RJ Barrett's going to be a 7-time All-Star, everybody would be like, yeah, that sounds about right. I could see that happening. Obviously, he's still got to get it done. But, yeah, Ja Morant, I want to see him.
He's special.
How much of a gap do you guys think there is between Zion and number 2, number 3, number 4?
Oh, huge, because of what they do on what Zion does from an entertainment standpoint. The minute you sign him, you're selling out arenas, not only at home, but also on the road. But I'll say this. Ja Morant and RJ, I think it's based off who you have on your team, right? Depending on who you pick, depending on my need, I wouldn't just say RJ was number 2. I wouldn't just say Ja would be number 2. It would be based off of what my team needs.
For me, Ja's number 2. I don't care what nobody says. He is NBA ready right now. And I think as far as Zion, the entertainment piece, selling out, filling the seats, he's got that above everybody.
The thing about most of these lottery teams is their needs are just everywhere. All over the court.
Everywhere.
So we're good. Next up, we'll jump ball on what's more likely for Karl-Anthony Towns. Does he secure the bag or not secure the bag? Remember, there is an additional $30+ million or so at stake for Cat if he makes one of the All-NBA teams this year. But at his position, only 3 spots. What do you think happens?
Well, considering this doesn't have to do with team success, this is all individual work. And his individual work his body of work speaks for itself.
Okay.
The kid has been putting up tremendous numbers. And if he closes the season playing the way he's playing right now, he deserves to get that bag.
All right, well, look who the candidates are, Scottie, when you answer. I mean, you've obviously got Joel Embiid, you've got Nikola Jokic, you got to pen those in for 2 of the spots. Yeah. So then the 3rd spot, you've got Gobert.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, you only get 3.
Rudy Gobert.
I would probably say he's going to secure that bag.
So these are the candidates, and there's 3 spots.
He's going to get it.
He's going
to get it because I'll tell you this. Anthony Davis right now is not the most popular person in the NBA, right? I've been saying that, there's going to be coaches, there's ownership, there's teams.
Well, he's kind of taking himself out of it.
He's taking himself out of it, and it's not fair if you were just going on pure talent and ability and what he would probably be above. But because we know that this is a popularity contest also.
Well, it's a media vote, so I don't know where that's going to land in. I do think, though, his stats are down, obviously, because he's on a minutes restriction.
Yeah, he's on a minutes restriction. Exactly. That's going to hurt him.
So,
but in all fairness to Cat, he's seen this money bag coming for a while.
You can watch him. You can watch the way he plays.
He's playing for that. He's playing for that. I don't care who else is here.
$30 million. You'd be jumping all over the place too.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
That's
all right.
It's like a lot of houses. I can't even put into any number of how many homes he can buy with that. Moving on, both New York teams have cap space this summer.
Oh, we know where Richard is going.
All right, Scottie. I know, I'm not even, you have to be last. You have to be quiet while these two talk for a minute.
You know what? I think the most intriguing team right here is the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
They're an exciting team. They have tasted what it's like to win and have success. And they just still ready to bring some happiness and some fun inside of that new Brooklyn arena.
So honestly, both of you, being the huge, gigantic stars you are and were when you were playing, if you were a free agent this summer and had honed it down to I want to play in New York.
I want to play with D. Russell.
I think if you want to win.
I want to play with D. Russell.
I think if you want to win, because these guys are ready right now. They just need a star. They need a couple stars to come and join with this cast. Yeah. I mean, you see what Russell was doing. Karis LeVert got injured this year, but before that, he was becoming an all-star. Dinwiddie. I mean, these guys are ready right now for somebody to come in and take them to that next level.
I think the biggest issue when you talk about like Knicks and Nets, Lakers, Clippers, is that the bigger one, the big brother, feels like this is still the NBA from 20 years ago. This is not the same. It's not the same. You can't just say, the Knicks, the Garden. I'll never forget this. After we smacked the Knicks a bunch of times, their next slogan the following year was, one team, one city, one garden, one garden. And you're like, their thing was a direct shot at us saying, like, yes, we know we're not the best team, but there's only one garden.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, at the end of the day, players want to win. Players want to win. They want to make money. They want to have fun. If you're not giving people a great environment, if you're not doing that, then guys aren't going to want to show up.
So what do you think? I mean, you're with this team a lot now as a broadcaster. What do you think their biggest obstacle will be, though, to convince Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving or any of these guys, Jimmy Butler, any guys who end up available? What do you think their biggest obstacle is going to be? Because both teams in that market are competing for those guys.
Well, look, you'll take whoever will be willing to come. You'll take whoever will be willing to come.
That's not how you want to approach this.
No, I only say it from the standpoint of
your wife should not be happy you're on TV talking about that's your philosophy.
No, for them free agencies. It's more about, the Nets still have to prove that they can take another step, right? You believe that if you can be the first domino to fall, kind of like LeBron was the first domino to fall in LA, and believing that other guys will come. You have to be the first domino, and not a lot of guys want to be that first domino.